So sitting here in Hyundai's Kona Electric, I thought we'd just do 5 cool things and 5 not so cool things about the interior of this car. Firstly, it has a really nice cockpit feel. I like how the controls are all at hand and they're up quite high. A lot of cars have a very tall vertical console, but this one here with this raised centre bit just feels like it's sort of ensconcing you. The second thing, seats are really comfortable. This lighter leather is nice too, and there's some nice sort of blue deviated stitching on the sides. Now the in-car tech is really good despite being on the market for a few years now. Hyundai's refreshed the technology in this car. You've got a really nice screen here that's responsive. You've also got really easy access to everything that you need via touch. And you've got this driver information screen here, again customizable, lots of information you can pull up. Speed, range and charging information, advanced driver systems, map and navigation, that sort of thing, tyre pressures, and you can customize the look and feel of it. You've also got this head-up display up here. Now this is adjustable for height and angle, but I'd prefer it to be even higher, but you don't actually get that on these kind of pop-up style ones. The other thing I like in the Highlander model is the heated and cooled seats for driver and passenger, and there's also heated seats in the rear. There's also a heated steering wheel, which is really great in winter on those cold mornings. And this sort of heating is actually a lot more efficient for the car than using the conventional heater here. And in fact, you actually have to manually say, I want to use heat. Final cool thing is I like the fact that EV information is really accessible. It pops up in Android Auto or Apple CarPlay on the side, or you can grab it here from the main menu. You can access charge management. You can see your nearest charger. You can see energy information at a glance, how much CO2 you're saving, and you can actually also see which parts of the car are consuming the most energy. 5 less than cool things. Look, the interior is pretty good on the whole, but for a $70,000 car on the road, yeah, this is a bit questionable. This is soft. You've got good door bins, but they're not flocked, so things rattle around. You've got good storage down here, but that's scratchy, so you wouldn't want to put anything that's not soft down there. So I'd like to see some nicer cabin plastics where you have frequent touch points. Second thing is steering wheel buttons. It's a bit of a button fest here. There's just a lot going on. You actually have to stop and look and think about what each one might do. Over here's the cruise control, but for a lot of people who aren't familiar with cruise systems and adaptive cruise systems, you know, plus, minus, pause, resume, what does this all mean? And then over here, volume. Maybe it's just because I've got fat fingers, but when I want to go up or down, these buttons are so thin and small, I tend to actually push the mute button in instead. Now the other thing, it might be small for some people, but this car only has single zone climate control. I think it would really benefit from a dual zone setup, but at least it does have nice manual buttons that are easy to access rather than a touch panel. We come to space. Despite being a compact crossover, look, there's not a huge amount of space in the Kona. Unfortunately, you can see here with a child seat for a 11-month-old, that's squished right up against here, and someone who's 5'10", 5'11", is kind of smooshed up here into the front, so probably fine for around town, but not a great road trip car. And I guess that's going to be the Ioniq 5's biggest selling point, that it provides a lot more space for a little bit more money. And the fifth and final thing is the memory functions in this car. Like if you use the auto hold function where it pulls you up and holds you at the lights, or if you use the adaptive cruise control, every time you reset the car or get in again, for example, it resets these things. So auto hold won't be on when you hop in the next time. You have to manually press that. Now it might be a safety thing, but it's annoying to have to get in the car and go, okay, what do I need to activate?